Hey everybody, and welcome to the weekly scopes from the 16th right up until the 22nd of July. This week we do have the sun going into Cancer, which I'll talk about a bit, but I'll do a separate audio for that as well. And we also have a new moon in Cancer as well, which I will talk about in a separate audio as well. So on the 16th of July we begin the week with the moon void, of course. Anytime I mention the moon void, of course, through this, it's just basically a time when astrologers some say it's best to put off important things if you feel inclined, but with all these astrology aspects, they all have positive and negative, and if we follow them all of the negative implications of all of them, we never get anything done. So, we have to sort of learn to navigate them. So, also on the 16th, the first transit of today is Pluto making a square aspect with the moon's north node, which can bring significant connections and events that can at times disturb a large number of people. It can also result in separations caused by unforeseen events, circumstances, and on the collective level, this can, signify some kind of collective tragedy. On a personal level, it can also signify something that may not go as planned in your life as well. So the North Node represents our individual path in this lifetime, the direction that we're meant to take this lifetime, and Pluto represents death, rebirth, transformation and deep changes. When these two energies come together in a square aspect, it can create a sense of tension and conflict between our life path and the changes that we need to make that are necessary for our growth. However, this transit can also provide opportunity for us to embrace our true purpose and make powerful transformation in our life. So although the things that happen right now can be uncomfortable, on the positive side, whatever happens now, this transit can, if we're open to it, bring a deeper understanding of our true purpose and the sense of empowerment to make the necessary changes to align with it. It can also bring about a release of old patterns and baggage that are preventing our growth and progress. Negatively, this transit can bring up intense emotional upheaval, pain, suffering, and a sense of being pulled in conflicting directions, with someone wanting you to do this, another person wanting you to do that, then demands from your home, demands from your work, demands from maybe a lover and your social group, all conflicting with each other. So it's essential to stay grounded and focus on your true path while navigating this transit. The best use of this transit is to embrace the changes that are necessary for growth while staying true to yourself and your purpose and remaining grounded in the present moment. Also today, Mercury is making a square with Jupiter, so this adds restlessness to the day as well. And in astrology, Mercury represents communication, thinking and learning, while Jupiter is associated with expansion, growth and abundance. The square aspect creates tension and challenges between these two energies, which can manifest positively and negatively. So on the positive side, it gives us an aid to the growth that Pluto and the North Node are pushing us through. It can help us learn through communication. So even though communication can be negative today, it's wanting us to think bigger and reach for new possibilities and to be open to new ideas. Negatively, it can make us impulsive and overconfident, causing us to make hasty decisions without fully considering the consequences. So, think before you act and react. Ultimately, this period can still be favourable for decision making and discussing important matters, provided that you do the right preparation and do active listening and make sure you state your needs, respect other people's boundaries, and listen to their needs as well. Difficulties can come up due to carelessness or lazy thinking, so avoid making promises that you cannot keep and exaggerating things beyond your actual capabilities. And approach this transit with a sense of balance and moderation. The key to use this transit's energy and enthusiasm to advantage is to avoid being arrogant and reckless as well, and to embrace any potential for growth and expansion while also remaining grounded. So groundedness is the key word of today. So on the 17th of July, as I said, the sun goes into Cancer today at 37 minutes past past midnight GMT time, and also the moon enters Cancer at 6:02 GMT time, and there's also a new moon at 7:32 PM as well. So although I'm going to talk about the Sun in Cancer more in a separate audio, the Sun's transit through Cancer is ultimately a time when the cosmos turns up the heat on our emotions and put the spotlight on our relationships with family and home. So this transit can be great for nurturing our emotional connections and bringing us closer to our loved ones. It's also a time when we can tap into our intuition and make decisions based on our gut feelings, but be warned that this transit can also bring about the sensitive side in all of us, leaving us feeling a bit moody and easily offended, more so than usual. So prepare for some extra self-care right now and be mindful of not taking things too personally. The best use of this transit is all about looking after whatever home sweet home is to you. So this can be sprucing up, tidying up your living space, connecting with family and friends, or getting in touch with your innermost emotions. So whether you're cuddling up in the couch with your loved ones or giving your home a much needed makeover, the Sun transiting through Cancer is a time to embrace all things cosy and comforting while avoiding toxic behaviours and the moodiness that Cancer energy can bring. And also the moon enters Cancer today, so this transit is like a warm hug from your favourite grandma or relative. It can bring a sense of emotional security and comfort, and the urge to binge watch Netflix or binge listen to podcasts. Right now I'm binging on the Moms and Murder podcast because I just find them hilarious, although murder's not hilarious but their delivery is hilarious. But yeah, so you can binge to your favourite entertainment media while snacking on your favourite junk food. It's a time when you may want to stay in your bed and be cosy and avoid getting out of your comfort zone and confrontations at all costs. As I said, this transit of the moon in Cancer, also the Sun in Cancer, also can make you moody and clingy, so it's best to make sure you communicate your feelings effectively to avoid misunderstandings. The best use of this transit is to focus on self-care and nurturing your emotional needs. Take a bubble bath, read a good book, and spend time with your loved ones who can make you feel safe and loved right now. Use this time to reflect on your emotional patterns and work on healing any past traumas or unresolved feelings, and be mindful not to get caught up in your emotions, and remember to maintain balance in all areas of your life. And as I said, the moon enters its new moon phase, which I've done a separate audio on, so click on the link in the description depending on where you're listening to this, or check out the playlist for that. On the 18th of July, Venus makes a quincunx to Pluto. So Venus in astrology represents our values, relationships and desires, and Pluto is associated with transformation, power and deep psychological work. So a quincunx aspect indicates the need for adjustment and integration between these two energies, which can result in a sense of discomfort or tension. However, discomfort can also provide opportunity for growth and evolution. On the negative side, this transit can also bring up intense emotions and power struggles in our relationships. It can be a time of confrontation and conflict, forcing us to confront our deepest fears and insecurities. So when Venus is quincunx Pluto, there's a good chance you'll feel kind of unexplainably drawn to someone, like when you can't resist their charm or magnetic energy. But the thing is, this mysterious pull can come with some potential drama, so watch out for that. Some of you can become obsessed and it can get a little bit out of control. So yeah, we're talking about romantic excess, which may lead to some not so great behaviour on your part of us. So think scenes of jealousy and power struggles in your emotional life. So just watch out for that. Stay grounded. Even if you really meet someone, we all get that you really want. If they're meant to stay in your life, they will stay in your life. I'm talking as much to myself as anyone out there. And just pace yourself as well. On the positive side, this transit can bring about powerful transformations in our relationship and personal values. It can can also highlight, illuminate any hidden fears or desires, allowing us to confront and integrate them into our consciousness, which can lead to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our relationships, which can allow us to let go of old patterns and embrace new ways of being. However, if we approach this transit with awareness and a willingness to grow, we can emerge stronger and more empowered than ever before. The key to making the most of this transit is to approach it with awareness and a willingness to work through any challenges that may come up. So while this Venus quincunx Pluto energy can be exciting, it's important to be mindful of how you handle any intense feelings that come up over the next 3 to 7 days, remembering to take a step back when needed and resist the temptation to go overboard. So yes, stay balanced, my friend. On the 19th of July, the moon enters void of course at 12:23, and the first transit is Mars making opposition to Saturn. So it can be like taking 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards right now, kind of like trying to drive with the handbrake on. While it's not the smoothest ride, this cosmic clash could bring about some challenges like accidents, injuries, or even illnesses, so watch out for that. And also war-like kind of events for tactical, destructive behaviour and tendencies, which can cause the separation and losses, so stay aware, take precautions. So, this will be thinking before you act and say things, because, words and actions can be hard to take back. And ultimately, the opposition between Mars and Saturn represents a struggle between our desires and responsibilities. So on one hand, the assertive energy of Mars can push us forward to take action and pursue our goals, and on the other hand, the restrictive energy of Saturn is like the car brakes, as I said earlier, demanding we slow down and prioritise practicality and discipline over rushing ahead and having fun. So the key to navigating this transit is to find a balance between these two forces, these two needs of taking it slow and pushing forward. We can use the assertiveness of Mars to take practical steps towards our goals, while also taking responsibility for the consequences of our actions. So by embracing discipline and structure, we can overcome any obstacles that may come up during this transit. Now, the Sun is also making a trine to Neptune, so this is a bit more of a positive transit. So, it can bring enjoyable experiences, whether it's travelling, engaging in creative projects, activities, hobbies, or immersing ourselves in music, podcasts, shows, series, online videos and stuff like that, doing anything that brings you great pleasure right now. The Sun making a trine to Neptune represents a harmonious flow and creative sort of spiritual energy that encourages us to connect with our intuition and imagination and be more authentic and true to our inner selves and others, and embrace our spirituality and artistic sort of imaginative thinking and expression right now, which can help us find more inspiration and fulfillment in our lives, especially if we've been feeling down. But just watch out, because Neptune energy can also make us go into toxic relationships, excessively use things like porn and too much Netflix and chilling, drugs and alcohol, to just watch out for that. Use it to tap into whatever and whoever you see the higher power, nurture yourself spiritually, self-care, heal yourself and stuff like that. Meditating or spending time in water can also, or in water, showering or having a bath, can also rejuvenate your spirit, or just drinking a lot of water today. And despite the challenges from Mars's opposition to Saturn, there's still room for delightful moments today, and the Sun trine Neptune also eases the pressure off the Mars's opposition to Saturn as well, so chill out a bit. On the 20th of July, the moon enters Leo. So when the moon is in Leo, this fiery feline energy is ready to pounce on any challenges that come your way. So what does this mean for you? It means get ready to feel your confident level soar as you channel your inner lion, fierce, roaring, so I was going to roar then but I won't, energy, and take charge of your life. On the flip side, when the moon's in Leo, people can be attention seeking and arrogant as well, and overly assertive. So overall, this energy is a great energy to tap into your creativity, express yourself boldly and fearlessly, but also respect other people's boundaries and actively listen and allow them to express themselves as well. Today, Venus is making a trine with the moon's north node, so this adds to this sort of socializing opposing energy of Leo as well, so it's great to make connections in the world of art, creativity, and even in romantic matters of the heart sort of connections as well. So yeah, the trine between Venus and the North Node is a balanced sort of energy that can bring positive changes in your relationships, networking and finances as well. People can attract love into their life and beauty and also pleasure. It can also bring you closer to your soul's purpose and help you manifest your desires. From a spiritual perspective, this transit is an opportunity for expanding your consciousness, so all sorts of healing work and safely getting in touch with the psychic realms through tarot, but being discerning, because just like on Earth we have good and bad people, we've got good and bad spirits and stuff. So yeah, the North Node represents our karmic path, our soul's mission, and Venus represents our values and desires. So when these energies are in harmony, we can align ourselves with our higher purpose and experience a sense of fulfillment. However, it's useful to be mindful of the negative effects such as of indulgence and materialism, especially in food, drink, alcohol and stuff. So to make the best use of this energy, practice gratitude and self-love and active listening, and focus on developing healthy relationships and creative expression. On the 21st of July, the moon enters void of course, and there's also a crescent moon. So to learn more about the crescent moon, check out the playlist, but ultimately it's a time also known as a wet sun, sort of like crescent, and it is a phase of the moon travels that happens when the illuminated portion of the moon is less than half but forever increasing, and it happens after the new moon. So one of the biggest advantages of this stage is that it's a good time for stargazing and astrophotography, taking pictures of the sky and stuff like that as well. And on the negative end, it can make it hard for us to see some objects on the ground at night, as the light can not be as bright as it is on the full moon. But ultimately, the crescent moon phase is great to, go ahead with new beginnings, fresh starts, and setting intentions for your future as well. Also today, there's two aspects. So the sun is making an opposition to Pluto, so things can get a bit intense. So we're talking about power struggles and underlying kind of tensions may creep up. So we avoid talking about our feelings at times. So anything you've been hiding from your partner or friends or anything may come out in an explosive manner today. People can be more manipulative than normal, and this can create some real problems. So just watch out for that. Try and be direct, try and be honest, and watch out for lies and confront them in healthy ways rather in explosive ways. Try and keep a level head, speak your piece, allow the other person to do the same as well, but it's not all doom and gloom. This energy of the sun making opposition to Pluto can also bring radical changes and make us just go ahead with any plans to change, which is good, supporting that crescent moon energy. Just be careful not to use superior force or make people feel like you think you're better than them, and watch out for people doing that. Also watch out for being jealous and fanatical and pushing your will on others as well. Also today, the sun is making square to the moon's north node, so it adds to the challenge, but also great for growth and transformation as well. This energy can make us feel more restless and discomfort, as we can be pushed out of our comfort zones. Pluto's energy can make people say things that shock us, and we have to deal with it even if we normally avoid these sort of confrontations as well. Some of you may feel the strong urge to connect with others right now, and also can give a greater need for you to feel like you belong to something or someone as well. But there can be difficulties in successfully integrating yourself into groups or socialization right now because of this sort of intense Pluto energy, and also this square that's happening between the sun and the moon's north node, and also the sun's opposition to Pluto as well. So it's like a double conflicting energy. If things end today, don't sweat too much, let go, because sometimes associations need to end for new things to sort of like come into your life. For some of you, during this time, new and influential new contacts, whether it be socialising, friendship, group, work, networking, romantic sort of people, and a chance for new relationships can come. But watch out, because, you know, these sort of new connections can be sort of just based on self-interest. So it's about finding a balance between your own desires and the needs of any group, so family or work, or, you know, teamwork makes the dream work, as they say. And make sure you watch out for any red flags, and that you're only reaching out to others because of genuine connection, because not doing so can backfire on you as well. And people can also not be interested in you, but what they can get from you, so just watch out for that. So today it's all about finding a balance between your own desires and the collective needs of others as well. The sun's square aspect to the moon's north node can cause polarization where different opinions can clash, and this can cause tensions to arise. So it's important to navigate through these conflicts with sensitivity and open-mindedness. And remember, having your own goals and ambitions is okay, there's nothing wrong in that, but keep in mind that cooperation and compromise may be necessary for a harmonious integration with the group or anyone you're working with today. Find common ground and work towards shared goals while respecting the diverse perspective and needs of others as well. The sun square to the north node is an opportunity to let go of old patterns and limited beliefs that are holding you back. By leaning into any discomfort that comes up now and embracing the unknown, you can tap into your true potential and step into your own power. The sun's opposition to Pluto supports all sorts of transformation and rebirth, bringing up deep-seated fears and emotions, and we may be forced to confront the sadder aspects of ourselves. As I said, it may also bring up struggles and conflicts in our relationships and career. However, if we can use this transformative power of this transit, you can come out and emerge stronger and more resilient. By facing your fears and embracing your true self, you can tap into your inner strength and create a life that's aligned with your deepest desires. So yeah, today, embrace the urge to connect with others and seek out influential contacts, connections with others, but remember to be mindful of conflicts that may come up. Strive for cooperation and compromise while staying true to your own desires, navigating any challenges that come up today with open-mindedness, and taking advantage of this energy that can allow you to transform and make radical changes that can lead to new opportunities, and embrace the balance between your needs and collective goals, and seize the powerful potential personal and group advancement as well. On the 22nd of July, the moon enters Virgo, so it's great for all sort of organisation work, but just watch out for being overly critical. If you want to know more about what to do during the moon in Virgo, check out the playlist. So yeah, that was the weekly scopes from the 16th to the 22nd of July.